What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dragon Riders Media. I'm your host, Dragon Rider, aka, well, actually, I'm Vince Scene, aka Dragon Rider, baby. Man, this is an exciting thing. It's another Behind the Bullshit podcast, man. Man, this thing's been so exciting. I'm episode 39 tonight. Let's go. I've been trying to link up our schedules, trying to get this thing done. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos on the Loudcup, make sure you go and check out the Loudcup. You can order it straight from loudcup.com, or you can order it right off of Amazon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and it ain't breaking the bank, man. These are fun and exciting, and I'm telling you what, everywhere I go and any event that I attend and I'm blowing on one of these things, people are like, where are you getting at? It's a great talking piece for any event, any kind of thing, even at home. You gotta have playing with the kids, whatever the case may be. But finally got the CEO, man. Super exciting stuff, man. Hey, let's bring it to the stage, Mr. Jay Conohan. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I was doing fine until I saw your intro, and it was so intense. It was so like pow, pow, pow. My heart started racing, and now I'm a nervous wreck.
Hey, look, but you know what? I'm glad that you was able to. So all right. So look, everybody knows that I don't bullshit. So man, I had to do some coaxing to get him to come on live. He said he was ready for it. So here we are, man. We're gonna do this, and it's all good. We toned it down a little bit now, and
man, you know what? I gotta give it to you, man. Like I've been avoiding. I'm not saying like, you know, my phone's ringing off the hook, but I've been avoiding podcasts. I've been avoiding interviews. I did one radio show, I think at 4 a.m. And
oh wow,
I've been avoiding it. And so I was like, you know what? You've been patient. You've been reaching out. You've been persistent. I like the podcast. Yes. I like, you know, I'm a no bullshit guy. And I said, you know what? I said, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do my first podcast. So
yes, man. I'm gonna tell you what. Look, as you found out, I'm a pretty persistent guy. Until you tell me to just straight fuck off, I will be in your DMs. Hey, you ready yet? You ready?
No, lesson number one for being an entrepreneur: persistence. Don't take no. I never said no. I always had something on the go, and I was always finding an excuse to. That's with everybody. So, but no, you're fine.
Well, you're a very, very busy guy, man. You know, your product is doing very, very well. And I mean, it's one of those things, man. Hey, you're in that zone of you're still building your company. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm glad we were finally able to sit down and you could fit me in the schedule, man. This is awesome stuff. But yeah, so I mean, before we get into the company, I mean, where are you from?
I'm based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's a Canadian invention. I'll probably get tariffs now, but
all right. So all right. We let's touch that just real quick. So what would be, as a Canadian, what would be your opinion on the whole discussion of the 51st state?
Oh God, you're going there? Pass.
Yes. I mean, just what would be your opinion on it? I mean, I know it's probably, you know, that's far from happening, but you know, the idea of it, you know, a lot of people are like, yeah, let's do it, and other people are like, nah, fuck that, you know, like.
Man, Canada's pretty awesome. That's all I gotta say. Canada's awesome, and beautiful people, beautiful country. Yeah. So, you know what? I stay so clear of politics. And yeah, that whole 51st state thing. I mean, I think it's typical. It's funny. I don't know where it came from, but hey, yeah, I got cups to sell.
Yeah. Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Yeah. Pass.
So, all right. So, you know, let's talk about the Loudcup a little bit, man. So out of your own mouth, I mean, what is the Loudcup?
So the Loudcup was an invention that I had come up with, and I get asked all the time, "How did you come up with it?" And have you ever heard of the website called Instructables?
No, I have
So
no, not aware.
Instructables, it's like a site where you can go online and build these things, whatever it is. I don't know. You Google it. I've got 3 boys. I've got a right now a 6, 9, and 13-year-old, and
Okay.
I wanted something to build. I'm very much into science, technology, and educating the kids and them using their hands. So I wanted to build something. I was like, I'll build a horn. So I ended up
Okay.
building a horn. I wish I had it. I don't think I have it up here. But
Oh,
it's
the prototype. Okay.
yeah, well, you know what? The OG, like the original idea was PVC piping, like plumbing pipe.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
had made a horn out of a like a T joint,
Okay.
and then and I cut a bicycle tube and then put it together and made a horn. And it's wicked. Like it's loud, it's fun, but just the way that it was sitting on my desk, it was a T joint, so it was a 2.5 inch, 2 inch PVC pipe with a nub on the end of it, and it
Yeah.
looked like a cup. And I sort of just daydream and I was like, man, fuck, that would be funny. You imagine that noise coming out of a cup? And then I just sort of just sat on it for a bit, but it was a sight I couldn't unsee.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, I got to figure that out. And so I sat on it for about a month, and then I was like, fuck it, I got to do something about it. Like I just zeroed in on it. But my problem was I could never figure out how to make it sound like a horn and function like a cup,
Yeah.
or it would function like a cup and not sound like a horn.
Okay.
And then fast forward about a year, COVID, blah blah blah. I'm in my basement, and I literally have that year, like literally like a cartoon, bing, eureka
Yeah.
moment. I'm like, that is how I'm going to do it. And I told my wife, I said, Amanda, I am going to make this thing. She goes, wow, okay. So I poured a scotch. I went down to my basement. I went on YouTube and I
Uh-huh.
Googled or YouTubed Tinkercad. Do you know what Tinkercad is?
No, is it like AutoCAD type thing or
Yeah, it's like CAD for kids, like
okay.
basic,
Oh yeah.
right? I mean, sorry, AutoCAD if it's not basic, but that's it's like an entry level CAD program, pre-made shapes,
Okay.
designs, and you can hollow it out. So I
Okay.
had one screen was a YouTube tutorial, and the other screen was my Tinkercad. And I'd go on and I literally just sipped, and I had my mouse, and I had a 3D printer that I had bought off of Kickstarter like a
Okay.
year earlier, and it just sat there. I said, I'm going to make this thing. You watch. And I stayed up. I made this basic design, and I actually have it here. So I've never actually, you know what? I've never actually told this story online.
Okay.
And I've never actually, I've shown this in my video, but this is the OG. This is my Tinkercad design. So
Wow.
this is a night of, I want to say drinking scotch. It was really only one scotch. And
When you're drinking, that's when some of your best ideas come out. You know what I mean?
and some of the worst. So so yeah, this is it. This was the original 3D design. So I woke up the next
Wow.
morning. I checked my 3D printer. This is what was on it. I used a balloon. So this is just a regular rubber balloon.
Okay.
Put it together. I walked upstairs and I blew in it. I showed my wife, and she said, "Jay, if I could have taken a video of your reaction and that thing working, it was hysterical." Because I freaked out. I was like, "Oh my god, this thing actually works." But yeah, this is the OG. Now it's a little worn out, but I don't know if you can hear it. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's what we started with.
Hey, it's the sound though.
So it was actually a lot louder. at the beginning. This is 2021.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was the OG prototype. So I printed it off, and yeah, it worked. And she said, "Man," she goes, "Jay, you're laughing. The neighbors are laughing." She goes, "Why don't you make a business out of it?" And I was like, "Green light, go." And she said, "Green light, go for it." I said, "Okay, I'm down.
Yes.
Let's go." And
I love to hear that.
yeah, she knows me. Like, she knows, like, when I'm dialed in, it's like, I'm going to do it. Right.
Yeah.
But she'd give me her blessing. And I had some Shopify stock that I had done pretty good on. I said, you know what, I'm going to invest in myself, and sold some stock, and decided to pursue this design. So that original design then turned into this design. Again, I've never shared this. So this is prototype. I call it OG prototype V2 2021.
Oh,
can you hear it?
Yeah.
Does it work? So it sounds like a fog alarm. It sounds so good. It's so hard to replicate. Now the problem I have with this one was these herbs.
Yeah.
And just to inject mold something, and we're getting a little further in the weeds, but just because you 3D print something doesn't mean you can inject mold it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to tool this thing, so the tool are the two pieces of metal that come together, and then it makes the part, and then it comes out, the part falls out. So the tool has to be able to operate in order for it to open and close. And this design wasn't applicable for that. And that turned into V2. Now this is what, V1? This is nope. Which turned into pretty much this. This is what you see right now in the store.
I love it.
This one doesn't sound all that great. So this is V1. So this is the one that we have out right now. And what do you think? Should I show you V2?
Ooh. Yes, I love alpha,
okay,
man.
Hold on, I got honest question, honest critique. Okay. You have version 1 I saw, right?
Yes.
All right. Show me the top. Do you get the lid on there? Okay. Here's a test. Critique it. What would you do differently? What do you like? What do you don't like? And no bullshit, like your podcast.
Okay. Yeah, no bullshit. Well, I would like for like the lip on this just a little bit more, because when you're drinking it and you go away, it's like spilling off and like get on the shirt and everything like that.
Dribble.
So
Dribble.
Yeah, you get a little bit of dribble. But I mean, quite honestly, other than that, I personally, I like it. It fits in a koozie nice as well. So other than that, other than the dribble, I actually have no problems with this. It's super fun and I love it. Like I blow it and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
so I'm not a cup builder. I'm not a cup builder, guys. Yeah. Never have been. I am now. So I don't know if the audience can see that. See this little lip? This is what he's talking about. That catches a little piece of liquid, so it drips.
Yeah.
And man, I get so many, like, it's constructive criticism, I call it. Absolutely. And the other critique is the lid, right? Because the lid doesn't close. Right. So those are the two bits. And so when I designed this for the beer drinking tailgater in mind. Right. Nobody wants to drink beer out of a straw. Right. Mm-hmm. So I just had this basic lid on there. So it holds your beer and you drink it and you have fun. What I didn't realize is that my entire target audience was not the beer drinking tailgater. It was the tequila sipping, coffee drinking moms watching their
Yes.
kids play sports. And
Yeah.
man, did they unleashed on me. They said, can you get a cup with a lid, a better lid, and without the dribble? And so, just so everyone knows, we're only 18 months old, right? We're
Yeah.
brand new, right? So we launched this, and my mindset is throw it out there, see if people like it. Throw it out there and get the feedback and adjust along the way. The whole shipping and logistics and manufacturing. My whole plan was just get it done, complete one cup, and then we went back around and we said, okay, where can we tighten the screws, right? Where can we make it be a little bit more efficient in the shipping? Where can we be a little more efficient on the QA? Where can be so now we've sort of tightened that circle right up, and I got a great team right now that's helping me with that. But my whole mindset is if you just sit on your idea and do nothing with it, you're not getting anywhere. So just put it out there to the world, and yeah, you're going to get a critique. Yeah, they're going to tell you about the dribble, right? But you learn from it. So again, hot off the press. This has not been revealed.
Hot off the presses, baby. I love it. Yes, that is dope. That is
How
dope.
good is that?
Oh man, that is dope.
Yeah, this is the reveal right here. So this has a lanyard on it. So that's another little thing, you know.
Oh well, that is very convenient. That is very convenient.
You know what? People love it. I didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal as it was, but people actually they're like, I need a lanyard. Okay. But yeah, here it is.
That is amazing, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like you just said, you know, when if you got an idea, stand behind yourself, invest in yourself, and just go for it, man. Like
man. Just do it. It's scary as shit. This podcast is terrifying, right? But I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
So practice what you preach. Just do it. But yeah, so open and closes. It has better construction.
That's and you know what? I can tell on just the sound alone, I can tell that it's actually producing a more stable sound than with See, that's how much I blow on this thing is I can tell the difference.
Yeah, so we actually does yours have a hole in the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there was a version before this that didn't have a hole in the bottom. Right. And what was happening was that we were getting some diaphragms that were of different hardness and different densities. So some of them had more flex and they were hitting the bottom, creating a vibrating sound. And completely, you don't know this, but I had to pick from 30 different tones to pick the one that I wanted. Like there's a lot of thought. There's a lot of thought in this.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's pretty wild. Yeah. So the insert. That holds all your beverage.
Yeah. And see, I love that too, because of course, you know, when you're eating and drinking and going, and then you know you're blowing food into it, and it's very convenient to clean. You know what I'm saying?
Have you tried blowing in it without the cup in it?
Yeah, it's super loud.
Yeah.
It's super loud. Yeah.
My kids are sleeping upstairs. This is horrible.
Yeah, you know what? I found that out because I was at a game and I dropped mine, and it came apart, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this will work without the insert, and I blew it, and the people were behind me were like, oh my god, that's so loud. I said, well, shut up. And, I was drinking, so I was drinking because they was on the opposite team anyway, so I didn't really care what they was talking about. But I put it back together. I was like, yeah, touchdown for the Herd, you know.
You're my kind of people. You're my kind of people. Just enjoy the moment. There's so many stuffy people out there. That's what my wife said. She goes, people are laughing. People are having fun. Yeah, you know what? There's some people that can be pretty annoying with it. But for the most part, it's just to celebrate, you know, embrace the moment. And yeah, we're doing it. I can tell you that.
I love that, man. So
yeah.
When you first started, I mean, how difficult was the road? I mean, because we're talking about a lot of exciting stuff, but I mean, of course, there's some bullshit behind just getting your product out, getting the design, like you said, you went through 30 different tones and stuff like that. I mean, how difficult of a time was it to really get this up and going?
You know what? I was pretty lucky. So what you don't know is back in I want to say 2011, I invented a baby bath. Do you have kids?
Yes.
So you have 4 kids?
Yes.
How old are they?
Put on the spot. That's some bullshit. No, I'm sorry.
I didn't ask you their birthdays. I just said, how old are they?
So 9, 12, 14, and 23.
Okay. Wow, man. Wow. That's got me beat. So let's go back. Let's go back to about 10, 11 months old.
Okay.
You got a baby in the bathtub, and they want to stand, right? They got these new legs. They want to stand. So they keep standing, and they got nothing to hang on to. And so my oldest, who's 13 now, he was 10, 11 months old. He had these new legs. He's like, you know what, Dad, I'm going to stand. And I'm not fighting with him. So I'm like, go ahead and stand up. You know, I'm giving you a bath, whatever. Stand up.
Yeah.
Wipes out, smashes his face on the side of the bathtub. He goes down. I feel like an ass, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again. So again, I get this sight I can't unsee. It's a baby bath where the kids can hang and not hang. They can hang on, and they can hang on.
Hang on around,
right? They got these handles, dials, and switches. It was called the Bath and Play, and so I had gone down the road of trying to develop that. I went and I hired this design firm to help me, and I spent like I would say I spent almost all of my life savings at that time to get this off the ground. And what they didn't tell me was like, so I built this thing, and this was like pre-Amazon, pre-Shopify. This was like real, like you needed retailers, you needed to go out and find buyers, and so I had this beautiful, it was called the Bath and Play, and it was this cool collapsible structure that fit in the bath, that had handles, levers, dials, and switches to keep the kid occupied while you bath the kid. And I spent, I want to say like $40,000 on design, on just industrial design.
Yeah.
And then I presented it. So I had the design, I prototyped it. I had a Kickstarter campaign. I wanted to raise $30,000. I think I raised like $34,000, but I never factored in shipping. I never factored in what it would cost to ship this thing to people. I had people in Japan, Australia, all over USA, Canada that were interested in this product, but it was going to cost me more money to ship it to them than it was to buy the thing. So I had to sit back and go, you know what, like, this isn't good. Like I can't take people's money if I can't fulfill. So I actually canceled the Kickstarter campaign and wrote a big long email to everybody saying, listen, I'm refunding all your money. I can't proceed. It's I made an error, right? Like I didn't do the math, right?
Yeah.
So lesson number 1 for Kickstarter people out there: do the math, understand shipping if you're ever going to go down the crowdfunding route. The industrial design team did a great job. They did everything I asked them to do. But what I would have liked to have seen is them to say, hey, Jay, did you know that a standard shelf at a Toys R Us or a Babies R Us is 18 inches and your product is 21 inches wide? So it's not going to fit on the shelf. Or maybe consideration that, the baby bath aisle is only about 8 feet long, and your product is 2.5 feet, 3 feet wide, and your margins. So,
Wow.
you need to
That's
understand.
a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that you unless you were in the know, you wouldn't know.
You don't know, right? So what I'm trying to get at is that if you've got a product that takes up a third of the shelf space, you buy that shelf space, because obviously shelf space is a premium. So I didn't know that. The product was way too big to fit on the shelf. It was too expensive to ship. And I had went to this, it was called, what was that? ABC trade show. It was a baby, they call it infant juvenile trade show. Okay. And I had met I had left there with 7 companies wanting to license my invention. So I thought I had hit it out of the park. My wife and I were, high-fiving in the parking lot. Hey, we got this. And I met this guy named Ryan Fernandez. Ryan Fernandez is the owner of Boone, and he is he's the guy responsible for Bumbo. You know the Bumbo seat? You know that?
Yes, I love that thing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Right?
It's great for kids.
Yeah.
Unless they got really fat legs. That's the only problem. If you got a kid with fat legs, if you can squeeze them in, it's hard to unsqueeze them out.
You know what? If they got fat legs, everything's okay.
Yeah.
So Ryan Fernandez, he's this great dude. And he said, Jay, I love it. Come see me. And I think it was I want to say it was like Phoenix or no, where was it? I forget where his office was. Anyway, I ended up flying out there to see him. And he's got this beautiful facility. He's got do you know Boone? Are you familiar with Boone? You know the spoon where you like squeeze it, and then they had the Boone spoon squirt where it was like it would squirt out the baby food built in the handle.
No, I've never seen that.
Or the Boone grass, where it was like the grass where you put all your like the bottles, the baby bottles.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
That was his company.
Okay.
So anyway, I go meet him, and I do my pitch, and he's like, I love it. I love it. He goes, I'm calling in the team. So we're talking a Friday at 3:45, right? In the afternoon. Nobody gives a shit, right? So he goes, everyone, come on in. We're having a staff meeting. And he looks at me, he goes, Jay, go. Tell him what you just told me. And of course, I freeze.
Oh,
I'm like, so I made this bath. Anyway, I blew it. Completely blew it.
Oh,
man. What happened, man? You were so comfortable talking to me, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Anyway, I totally shit the bed. And then, but what ended up happening was I developed a relationship with Ryan. How's it going? He kind of walked me through the steps and answer all these questions that I talked about: shelf space, retail, margins, and he became sort of a mentor to me. So fast forward, that was 2011, 2012. Fast forward, I come up with this cup idea. I call up Ryan. I say, Ryan, what are you into? He goes, I'm actually in manufacturing, plastics. I said, are you looking for business? He said, yeah, I am. So I had a really good opportunity to sit down with Ryan and show him what I was trying to accomplish. And I had the blessing of him to be able to go, you know what, Jay, this is the guy you need to talk to. These are the people that are going to help you. This is the tool maker. These are the margins you want to know. So he basically walked me through the entire process, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And amazing. He really took all the guessing out of it and got me to the point where I could have a product. We tooled it up we had the tools made in China. We brought the tools, we nearshored it to Mexico. So he has a facility in Mexico that does plastic inject molding. Mm-hmm. And he stood it up. He helped me out. And he's like, when we created a great friendship and a great business. And he's pumping out cups like nobody's business. So
that is amazing, man.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he holds a special place. He's unreal. So
I tell a lot of people all the time, especially when I'm talking one-on-one on like kind of more of a personal level, I'm like, like Dragon Riders Media, it wouldn't be here without my mentor, David Chen. David Chen has been an amazing inspiration to me, especially in business, because I always wanted to get out of a box, and he helped me get out of that box, man, and get comfortable in my own feet. And I mean, for you to have that, man, is really something special, because you know a lot of people they try some stuff and then they just shy away, and then they're like, you know what, no, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, you know. But for you to take that extra step and continue going, and especially, you know, having a helping hand, because everybody needs a helping hand once in a while, you know what I mean. But reaching out is that first step. If you don't reach out, you know, I always say utilize your resources. You know what I mean? If you ain't utilizing your resources,
if you think you know everything, you're not going anywhere. And I listened, and Ryan walked me through it. And you know, we've got to a point right now where, you know, we've grown so quickly, and we've done so many things, and technology's evolved so much that, you know, I've been able to sort of also provide him with some things that I've learned along the way as well. So it's been a great relationship. And you know, if I could, the one thing about, I don't know if you know much about you know, the manufacturing and you know, China versus Mexico, but typically if I were to have this cup, excuse me, and do it in China, I'd have to manufacture it. I'd have to fill up a shipping container, 30,000 units, right? So you got to times that by your cost.
Yeah.
You got to put it on a shipping container, and then you got to ship it across the ocean 30 days and hope that it arrives where you want it to arrive. And you got to hope that, you know, the quality and is what you expect.
Yeah.
And that it, you know, it didn't get damaged along the way. But near shoring it in Mexico, I can literally call up the factory and Ryan and be like, hey, you know, we got a big order coming in, blah, blah, blah. Can you help us out? And man, they're all over it. And I don't have to wait 30 days, right? I don't have, like, we went viral. We went viral. We did a Kickstarter campaign. I think we raised $50,000. And I actually turned it off. I was like, I don't want to raise any more money on Kickstarter because they take a 8%.
Oh wow.
Fee, right? So I'm like, well, the concept works. I can see it.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where I was like, this will cover my tooling. This will cover everything. And I turned it off. I didn't need to, you know, the vanity of saying I had $1 million Kickstarter campaign just to pay an extra 8%. Didn't make sense to me. So I was like, hey, I don't need the extra eyeballs. And yeah, it's been a rocket ship, and it's been busy. Like we've made, you know, I've had to actually take a step back and hire some real good people, because it got to the point where when I made a mistake, we were operating so quickly that if I made a mistake, it was so expensive. It was so expensive, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're a team of 5. I mean, it's not huge, but it's
if it's efficient, hey, it's well worth it, you know.
Yeah, we got a so I don't know if you're not asking for advice, but you know, if you're going to launch a product, understand growth, performance marketing. Understand the meta ads, understand your, you know, customer acquisition costs, understand, like, just really take a deep dive into your numbers and your audience and who your target market is. And man, like, a good growth marketer, you're worth your weight in gold, right?
Yeah.
Once you understand that, okay, here's my creative, here's my ad, this is my return on ad spend, my ROAS, my customer acquisition, and you factor in your average order value, all these things. And once you find that happy number, you know, you literally just keep throwing gas on the fire and you just watch it go. It's crazy.
Wow. I mean, that would be hard for some people to imagine, you know what I mean? Because you got to have a certain, you got to get in a certain mode and a certain mindset to be able to just be like, you know what, I'm going to keep feeding this, right?
Okay, so here's a scenario. Let's say you got these headphones on your head, right?
Okay.
You create a great ad using your skills and abilities, and this is your product. This is your headphone, And then for every dollar, so let's say it costs you $100, right?
Yes.
But you make $200 every time you sell one.
Okay.
Like, this is a bad analogy. This is terrible. I gotta call Chris. Chris is a performance marketing guy. He'll explain this. But at the end of the day, basically what I'm saying is like, if I spend 50, or I spend 100 and I make 1,000. Well, if I spend 1,000, I make 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, what's stopping you? I have a friend of mine right now. He's got this really cool product. It's a football. I would love to give it a plug right now. I can't remember the name, and he's telling me, he goes like, yeah, I've got a good return on ad spend. It's like a 4 or 5x. Like,
Wow.
Okay, so you're telling me for every dollar you spend, you're making 5? Well,
wow.
Then spend $2, make 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you find that magic number, and that you're getting a profitable return, throw all your money at it. Every friggin' dollar you have. We went, and I remember stressing about a $30 a day ad budget. Then we went to $100 a day. Then we went to $1,000 a day. I remember freaking out, going, "Oh my God!" We had here. I'll tell you. I'll December. What would be your guess for our ad spend in December?
December, Christmas time, gifts. I would say ballpark 30K.
For the month? For the month?
Yeah. Is it more than that?
Yeah, no. That wouldn't even be a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we spent $1.5 million in December. Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah. My credit card bill was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So again, when you find that recipe where you're getting a return on your investment,
Yeah.
keep giving it money. Isn't that nuts?
I can't even. Well, I'm still small time, so I can't even imagine that right now. Like I'll spend like $500 in a week on a few ads here and there just to boost some stuff, and it's like, man, was that really worth it? You know what I mean? Well, I'm in a different market though, but so it's kind of different. But
I mean, it's kind of all the same. It's same metrics, right?
Yeah.
Right. You find your target audience, you find out who they are, and then you just pour gas on that fire.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it. So I have a bit of an entrepreneurial background, and I've done a lot of crazy fun stuff. I've done software, I've done real estate, but this is something I've never seen before. I literally press a button and I'm selling. Let's try Australia today. Click a button, you're selling in Australia. Now, mind you, you still have to do all the tax stuff, but if you literally want to test the market, I literally click a button, and now my ads are showing in Australia. Shopify's doing everything for you. It's nothing like I've ever seen. The ability to reach the world with literally, like, I just sit at my desk.
I can definitely, you are very, very correct on that.
Like, you can touch anywhere in the world. Shopify allows you and sets you up in a way where you literally just have to turn on that tap. Meta, Facebook, Amazon, they open up markets for you with a click of a button. It is like, if you have an idea of any product whatsoever, please just try and make it. And even if it's got, if it's not perfect, it has a little bump here and it dribbles, just do it and see what happens. People are forgiving. right?
Yeah.
They'll tell you, yeah, you know what? This is so fun, but I wish you would fix that. And guess what? You fix it. You learn. You evolve. You
Yes.
grow.
You seen the alpha? You got it here first. No.
Listen to me. I was telling you, I got invited to be on a panel for a university for entrepreneurship, and I'm like, God damn, people want to listen to me? Really? You want to
Yes.
talk to me? I don't. I feel like I got lucky, but no,
You're only as lucky as you're only as lucky as much as you're willing to work, because you still got to work at it. I mean, you had to start somewhere. You had to take the steps. You had to get in, to different areas. You had to talk to certain people. You had to make the effort to get to where you are. You know what I mean?
And I have a full-time job. You believe it?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what do your coworkers think? Are they're like, oh my man, what are you doing working?
Yeah. And then he said, I'm tired of looking at your ads. Stop. I said, stop clicking on them. Stop clicking on them and you won't see them. Costing me money.
That is awesome though, man.
I know. I got a full-time job.
Well, I still have my full-time job, and everybody keeps telling me why are you still here? Why are you still, I got friends that are like, why are you still working? If you don't even need it. I see your face everywhere. No, you don't. You don't need this. Well, I mean, you do because you're friends with me and blah blah blah. But I mean, there's still so much work that needs to be done. It's like I'm not at that comfortable zone yet. And is that kind of where you are? It's like you're not in that comfortable zone to be like, you know what, I'm going to completely just 100% step back from punching a clock and just work on the company.
For me, it's purpose.
Okay.
Right? Like it's I want to see I want my kids to see me work.
Okay.
And I never expected Loudcup to do what it's done. Right. So I'm pinching myself. So I still work. I work, and I work 7 days a week. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's fun. Like, I mean, obviously there will be a time when the time probably should have been 8 months ago, but like I said, I'm a police officer with the city.
Well, thank you for your service, man. That's awesome.
I don't think I've ever. It's not on my LinkedIn. It's nothing. But yeah, I work with the city police in here in Ottawa, and it's
wow.
There's definitely a purpose behind that. Some people.
Some people. I mean, they don't appreciate the stuff that you guys go through, man. I mean, it's everywhere. No matter what city, state, country, man. I mean, for you guys, you guys have a very, very difficult. You're in a very difficult position in a lot of times, man, and it's people don't appreciate you as much as you should be appreciated.
21. I'm in my 21st year of policing, so it's been a long road of it's a great career. It's it's a meaningful career, but I mean, there's definitely when I put my ads out there, my buddies are like, Jay, well, you just really.
Yeah. Hey, you ever write somebody a ticket and they're like scrolling TikTok? They're like, this is you.
Do you remember? You might have heard it in the news. The convoy. Remember hearing about it in the news, where a bunch of truckers took over downtown Ottawa.
Yeah. And of course I'm in crypto too, because it was crypto news too, because a lot of people was sending cryptocurrency to the truckers to help, stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely know about that.
So could you imagine if I unleash these cups at the trucker convoy? My colleagues would shoot me. It was how much louder can they get? But I chose not to. But anyway, where are we? Where are we going here?
No, man, I mean it's good that you're still having fun with this. And it's obvious that you enjoy talking about your company and stuff, and the success that you're having, man, is simply amazing. But first you made the effort, you decided to do it, man. So big hats off to you for taking that big leap and just standing behind your idea, and because it put you where you are now. It's not a lot of people can say that. They be like, oh, I got great ideas all day long, but if you don't take no initiative to it.
We are in all over the United States. We're all over Canada. We've got Australia. We've got New Zealand. We're in Europe.
What's one of the big? What's the biggest country you sell to right now?
United States. Like, you guys are crazy.
Yes, we love our sports.
No, man, you know what? Like, it is no joke. The American collegiate, the amateur sports, it is just mind-blowing how big that is in the United States.
Yeah.
Like, it is generational. Like, you like a Clemson, like the dad, the son, the grandson, like, it's like there's like
it's direct injection. It's ingrained, man.
It is like, it is wild. So anyway, we're starting to go into the licensing. We just got the Clemson license. I think we've got Pennsylvania, Oregon,
okay,
Utah. But you guys have your colleges in the United States. Like, you've got like Utah State and Utah University.
Yeah,
like, I can never tell which
Utah,
one's
and yeah.
Like the university and the state and the.
Then you got Florida. Then you got the University of Florida. Then it's like,
yeah, I can't keep up. I apply for one. Yeah, no, it's too much. Too much. And they get so offended. You're like,
yeah,
is this not?
Dude, it is crazy. Like, some of these people, man, it's it is beyond. I think it really goes beyond fandom. It's like, it's more. I don't know. It's a wild obsession, I would say. I mean, it's okay. It's cool to be a fan and stuff like that, but it's like, some people they start just because you got on, you're in the in the arena or whatever, representing the visiting team, and it's like people want to fight you, and it's like, why? Yeah. We're all enjoying sports. I'm here to enjoy the sport, celebrate my team, just like you. Like, it ain't got to be all that.
Yeah. I can't handle that. What was the other thing that blows me away? Oh yeah, we got. You follow the LA Clippers at all? Where are you based out
of? I'm right outside of Louisville, Kentucky. University of Louisville, baby. Go Cards!
Yes. We so did you happen to see our activation? LA Clippers, they invited us down, and they have this wall.
No, I didn't.
So the wall is at the free throw line. So when they're doing the free throws, they got those thunder sticks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they try to make as much noise as possible. And so they invited us out. They picked up the Loudcups for the entire wall. So you've got the NBA, LA Clippers, Loudcup startup, everyone blowing on the cup while the Denver Nuggets are trying to hit the free throw line and missing. It was unreal. I got to take my oldest to his first NBA game, and LA Clippers, they were awesome to us. They treated us like gold, so we're a big fan of LA Clippers. And we got the CFL. I don't know if you follow the Canadian Football League at all, but we got Hamilton Tiger Cats and Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Saskatchewan Rough Riders. And so the professional sports teams are reaching out, and I met
nice.
I met some really cool people, and we sponsored. Do you follow motorsports at all?
A little bit, yeah.
So the GT3, the IMSA FAF Motorsports, we were one of their sponsors last year. So we got to attend some of their events, and It's crazy, man. I had a guy,
awesome.
Corey LaJoy from the NASCAR racer,
Yes,
Corey LaJoy.
yes, yeah. I
They
know who he
reached
is.
out and they're like, "Hey, we want to meet you. Come down and." So they invited us out to Talladega. I'd never been to a NASCAR, and man, we were in pit row. We were with the engineers and the pit crew, headphones on, cars. It was unbelievable.
Wow, I bet your smile was bigger than the kids.
Man, I took my wife. No, it was awesome. It was a good getaway for her and I, and
Okay.
we were spoiled. They took such good care of us, and
Wow, that's amazing, man.
man, like we were on the like Talladega. It's crazy. Anyway, it's taken us to a lot of really fun places.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I got a couple ideas for you. I might pitch to you later though. Now I ain't gonna do it tonight, but I'll pitch it to you later because man, it's you said with the sports, man, it's a lot of different events, man, and a lot of people looking to merge with great brands, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So you know what I mean. It's we'll talk about that later. But anyways,
yeah, we're hey, I'll tell you what I am. I am an open book when it comes to anyone wanting help on launching a product.
that's awesome.
You reach out to me, add me on LinkedIn, send me a message, and I will go out of my way to make sure that you are going in the right path. And I want nothing. Right? That's the
Wow.
problem. People have got their hand out all the time. Hey, I can get you here, but it's going to cost. I'm like, no, get out of here. So
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there. If anybody in your audience has an idea, I'm not going to steal it. I don't want anything. You don't even have to.
Don't send him no bullshit now. Come on now. Hey, be respectful.
I mean it. I'm like, you know what? I don't know how. Like Ryan Fernandez gave me he just gave me a minute of his time, and look what happened, right? And if I can do that for someone else, I think
Yeah,
let's go, right?
that's amazing. Well, look, I got two questions that I ask all my guests.
All right.
These are the only two pre-planned questions I ever have. Right.
Right.
So throughout your career, be it be as an entrepreneur, as a police officer, whatnot, whatever you want to choose, there's a couple moments in throughout your life that are some bullshit moments, right? So you got good bullshit, bad bullshit. So for instance, your good bullshit would be, you know what, this sucked. It was some straight bullshit, but you know what? It helped me get to the next level.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got your bad. It's like, oh, you know what? This was some straight bullshit. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. So, what would be a good bullshit moment for you?
Oh, good bullshit.
It could be anything. It could be anything.
So explain to me good bullshit again, because bullshit just sounds.
So all right. So like this. So put it like this. All right. When I first started my podcast, I had reached out to a known influencer in cryptocurrency, and he was like, "You ain't big enough. You ain't big enough for me. Reach out to me when you got 1 million followers."
Oh,
I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I said, fuck you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some bullshit. But then it was like, it made me more determined to continue doing what I'm doing. And so from there, that was my good bullshit. It was like, that was some bullshit what he did, but it pushed me to actually push the envelope a little bit further and reach out to even more people. And I've had a lot of great guests on the show, including yourself. You know what I mean? Like yes. So that was my good bullshit moment. I don't want to call him out because he actually reached out to me and I turned him down, told him I was too busy. But
yeah. Okay. Get out of here. Get off your high horse. You know what? I get so many messages from people. They're like, hey, I want to try this. I want to try that. I don't care how many followers they have. They're making the effort. Right?
Right.
That's it. That's all I care. You make the effort. I'm not going to be able to do it to everybody, but I don't look at anyway, whatever. You know what I'm getting at. Man, I've had so many moments where a lot of my drive is to prove people wrong, right? Kind of like yourself, what you're just saying, right? So I've had one of my first business ideas. I remember I'd put this, it was in the software space, and this guy got wind of it, and he called me up, and he's like, "Hey man, I want to partner with you. You're smart. You're this, you're that. I like the way you think." He flies me to go see him. He picks me up in his fancy car, just happens to drive by his massive house and his, trophy wife who brings her out, and, he's just showing me the good life, right?
Yes.
And of course, I'm hook, line, and sinker. I'm 24, 25 years old, and I'm like, damn, man, this guy's got it together. Uglier than shit, but he's got it, he's got it together. Right? And so anyway, I ended up, telling him what I was going to do and how I was going to grow the business. He said, "I want to partner with you. I want to be 50-50. And he goes, "What do you think it's going to take to get this off the ground?" And I said, "Probably 20 grand." And he wrote a check right then and there. 20 grand, $20,000. I'm 24 years old. I just got wined and dined and picked up in a fancy car and flown out to a place.
Yeah.
And he said, "Here you go. Let's start a business together, young man." And he wrote me a check for $20,000. And I remember flying home, and it was business class. I had never had business class before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, and they gave me these like hot towels. You know what I'm talking about? Where they got little tongs. So they put the tong out, and they gave me this towel. And I look at them. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And the guy beside me is like,
yeah. Just...
I'm like, oh my god, that's so good. It's so worth it. Get this out of here. Anyway, it's a sidebar. So I'm sitting there in this business class, and I got this $20,000 check, and I'm like, man, I'm killing life right now. This is great. And I go and I do exactly what I said I was going to do. I built this software. I bootstrapped the shit out of it, and I did exactly what it was going to do. And it was so far ahead of its time. And the deal was, he was going to give me office space in the city. He was going to give me these contracts. He was going to give me all these things, because it was a compliment. It would have been a compliment to his business using his existing customers.
Okay.
So I say to him, I call him up. I said, "Hey, we're good to launch, blah, blah, blah. Here it is." And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm not going to." I said, so I need the office space. I need, some employees, someone to answer the phone. He goes, yeah, that's not going to happen. I said, "What do you mean it's not going to happen?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I don't want to do business. You're a competitor here, and I own 50% of your business. Congratulations.
What?
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah. So I told him, I said, "What's 50% of zero?" And I hung up the phone.
Oh,
That
man.
lit a fire under me like you wouldn't believe.
I imagine. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a jerk move, bro.
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen again.
Yeah.
And so it.
So you sent him the tech and everything, like.
Yeah.
Wow,
man.
Yeah,
I had the source code. I had the source. He didn't get anything. He didn't. He got no
okay.
But he tried to. I mean, it killed me to shut it down, but I'm like, I'm not going to get in bed with this guy. He's take half my company and just throttle me the whole time. No, not a chance. So it killed me.
Wow.
I ended up redoing it, and I ended up just crushing it and rebuilding it, and made it better and stronger and faster. And we ended up integrating that into another company that was it was a publicly traded company in the aerospace defense sector. And they ended up recruiting me I became the VP of operations for all of Canada. I think I was 28.
Wow.
Yeah. I took a leave from policing for almost 4 years. So I got to learn a lot of business stuff. So that was my that was a bullshit moment that lit a fire under me.
Okay.
And the other one is just there's always snakes in the grass. There's always people that, yeah, you know, I can help you, I can help you, I can do this, I can get you into Walmart, I can get you into Target, I can, you know, I know this guy, and everyone knows everybody, right? It's annoying.
Yeah.
You can do it. You just got to pick up the phone and call people. And I always say to people, if they want to help me, I always say, okay, what's in it for you? What's in it for Vince? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want anything. Okay, perfect. We got that out of the way. Now let's go forward.
Right.
Because if you don't lay it out, man, and all that they see the success, they're like, oh, remember me? Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, it is beyond crazy. Like, you know, because apparently, you know, everybody thinks that like I'm getting like $1 million YouTube checks and shit like that. And it's like, they're like, oh man, you ought to have me on your show. Or have you even seen one? Well, I seen a little clip here, and so you don't even watch it. Like, come on, man! Like, get out of here with that. You can miss me with that.
You don't know me. Yeah. There's even people at work that, you know, 21 years I never even said hi to you. And now you're like, hey, I got
yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm speaking out of turn.
No, man, no, it's good. It's good though, man, to get that out there, because you know, a lot of people, and that was kind of the focus of what I'm trying to achieve with this podcast, is let people know, like, hey, you know, there's ups and downs, in and outs to anything you're going to do. I mean, no matter what, if it's cryptocurrency, finance, or, you know, manufacturing, like if you're trying to just be an entrepreneur, just, you know, there's many different facets to anything that you do, and there's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be hardships. There's going to be good times, and I mean, it's a roller coaster. It's, some people like see this show and they're just like, oh man, you're doing so great and everything, but they don't understand that, you know, I'm sitting behind this computer screen, you know, on top of my job, I'm sitting, you know, I'm putting in another, you know, 40 to 80 hours a week. Yeah, and you know, yeah, family life and everything, man. It's a struggle. It's a balance. I mean, and like there'll be times I'm up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you know, shooting emails and stuff like that, and then like I got to get back up at, you know, I got to catch me a 3-hour nap and get back up and start my day. You know what I mean? It's like people don't understand that. They don't see the hardship it is to do anything that you like to do anyway. Because anything you like to do, you got to work to make sure you're able to do it.
I think here's my, if any, this is my general advice. Learn to say no. Be okay with saying no. It took me forever to say no to somebody. And when I did, and I really meant it, it was liberating. I was like, you know what? Nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
Right? They're okay. I'm okay. Just no. So learn to say no. That's one. Number two, start. Whatever it is that you have in your mind, just start. Write it down, and it will evolve on paper. Just start writing it down. And if you're going to ask for advice for somebody, make sure you take their advice. Like I always tell people, if you have an idea, write it down, and then show me. Like then we'll talk about it. I'd say 9 times out of 10, nobody writes it down. So I don't talk to them anymore. Man, I just asked you to write it down. If you can't even do that, like come on, just write it down. Simple.
Yeah.
Draw it out. Sketch it out. That's how the Loudcup came to be. I was just sketching. I was just, okay, how am I going to do this? Right? Write it out. Say no, start, and evolve, and just take the critiques, take the criticisms, take the negative. Like, man, I get so much in my inbox of like, this is the worst invention ever, right? But for every one person that say it's the worst invention ever, I got 1,000 that say this is hilarious, right? And
yes, absolutely, man. I mean, you got unhappy. And you know, I tell everybody, you can't make everybody happy. Somebody's gonna be mad at the way you look, the way you dress. They're gonna be mad at the way you say something. They're gonna be mad at your design, and you just can't. There's just unhappy people out in this world that's just out to just troll others.
I keep getting in trouble. I keep getting in trouble from the team. They're like, Jay, you got to stop responding to people. I told one guy is like, this is the dumbest invention. This is the dumbest idea I ever had. And his profile picture was him sitting on a beach in a giant inflatable chair, like giant. So I wrote back, I'm like, how long did it take to blow up that chair? That seemed like a pretty good idea. And then I told another guy that he needed more weight. I told another guy he needed more weight in his weighted blanket, and I got in trouble for that too. I'm like, you need more weight in your weighted blanket. Leave me alone. Anyway. So but I want a business that's carefree like that. I want to be like, just say what I want, and if you like it, like it. If you don't, I don't care.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Too many. There's too many soft people that are offended by anything nowadays. It's like we got to get back to the days of just like you said, having some fun and just being open and accepting criticism, whether it be constructive or not. It's like, hey, you know what? You think that way? It's okay. I can't change the way you think.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna change. You ain't gonna change the way.
Yeah, that's gonna be. That's gonna be my. You know when they have these like quotes, you know, like these famous whatever quotes. Jay Conohan, you need more weight for your weighted blanket. That'll be my claim to fame.
Man. Well, you know what, man? I really appreciate you coming on the show, and giving us all that, dude. You gave us so much sauce today, bro. A lot of people. Look, if y'all missed any of that, look, he brought out some prototypes. He introduced the new cup. Look, this thing is fun. It's on Amazon. You can purchase it on loudcup.com. Go to loudcup.com, and as far as I know, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. Buy you 100 of these things. Don't be cheap. Share them out to your friends. You go sell them to your buddies, and make a profit. I guess I don't know what you want to do, but look, this is fun and exciting, especially for parents wanting to celebrate their kids. At sporting events, you want to celebrate your teams or whatever, man. This is a fun, exciting thing to do, and it's functional. You can drink out of this. You get their old beer, whatever you want to drink, juice. It's fine, but it is double. It's functional, and I mean, it's great. It's a fun time. It's a great talking piece anywhere you go for the most part. So, but yeah, man, this is dude, you did something great here. I'm going to be acquiring that V2.
I'm going to send you some. You know what? I'm going to send you some as a gift because you got me out of my shell. I typically don't. Woo! I'm terrified.
And you know what? Terrified to do this. I will, and you know what I'm going to do? I am going to use those for giveaways.
Do it, man.
I'm gonna share the love, man. So keep up. Definitely, y'all need to keep up with me because I will be giving away some Loudcups, baby. Yes,
I love it. You know what's crazy? I'll go to a call, lights and sirens, radio going, driving with my knee, going through rush hour traffic, going to a priority one, violent call, and my heart won't skip a beat. You asked me to go on a podcast and I want to vomit. Nervous. I don't know, man. But I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you. A, your persistence. B, your patience, and or Matt, C, your time. So thanks for giving me the opportunity. I'm grateful I got to show a little bit about the Loudcup and a little bit about my story. And if I could take back anything, I would probably want to revise that whole ROAS performance marketing pit. I can clarify. I'll clarify that in the comments.
See, what happened was
what I really meant was, if it's going, keep going. Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, but that's awesome stuff, man. Look, I really appreciate your time. For anybody, hey, definitely check it out. If you want to purchase one, you can either go to Amazon. It's a great spot. It's very, very easy. Or you can go loudcup.com. And I mean, there's a sale on as many as you want to buy. Like I say, I think it's like the more you buy, kind of the cheaper it is, man. And you can distribute it to your family, your friends, sports teams, whatever the case may be. But get you a Loudcup because these things are exciting and fun. I have a smile every time I blow into one, and it's great. And with that being said, I really appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, shoot me a like, follow, and subscribe to continue this, man. It really helps me out with the analytics. And We will see y'all later. That was the wrong one. That wasn't my outro.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit